The Brisbane Lions are through to yet another preliminary final after one of the greatest comeback victories in finals history to topple the GWS Giants at NG Stadium. Now, to overall go into how just overall massive this victory was and how insane this comeback was, I need to go into the first half of this game and really run down what it was like before we really get into the nitty-gritty of it, and to just show the difference between the two sides early before Brisbane roared back in the most phenomenal way. First of all, when it comes to the overall matchups in the midfield, when it comes to the overall matchups around the ground, early on GWS were just winning everything in the first and second half. In the midfield, they were dominating. Kieran Briggs was outplaying Oscar McInerney. Jesse Hogan was a man amongst boys who was just marking everything in sight and just making everyone look foolish. And as a result, the Giants' defense playing well. Brent Daniels, a small forward, was getting goals, but most crucially for the Brisbane Lions, which was frustrating to see, and it was something I warned about in the previews. I said I was scared they would kick themselves out of a massive final. That's what I said, and in Melbourne, I was out for dinner with my mum and dad for a nice Saturday dinner. I checked the score on my phone because honestly I do have to keep an eye on these for the channel. And Brisbane had kicked 4-10 and I was straight just game over. Yep, they're done. I said they'd kicked themselves out of the final, and I was really scared they officially did what I said they would all year with their inaccuracy. And it just looked like the Giants were steamrolling and were looking like they were going to get a date against the Geelong Cats on Sunday. And Eric Hipwood was a non-factor. Charlie Cameron was struggling. Joe Danaher hadn't gone to the game yet. It was just all going the Giants' way for the first quarter. And halfway through the third quarter, the Giants built a 44-point lead. I don't know. Looking at the tape, it is interesting to see who started this charge by the Brisbane Lions. 44 points down in a final, you either do two things. What you hopefully do is just fight as much as you can, and if you lose, at least go out swinging. Or, and I've seen teams do this so many times, knowing there's no percentage to game out of it, they just roll on the ground and just die for the opponent. To my unadulterated joy, Brisbane chose option A. Fight, with everything they've got. And if they lose from here, at least they can say they went out swinging. As for who Brisbane looked up to in this moment of need, who they looked up to when they were needing inspiration, Dane Zorko and Lachie Neale, I think, were the two big ones, and were the two generals all the young Brisbane players looked up to in getting this charge. And how modern footy goes, you just need a decent run on, and out of nowhere, Brisbane kicked 5 goals in a row to really potentially start some nerves into the fourth quarter, as a 44-point lead got cut down to 23 points. Kyle Oman was massive, Charlie Cameron got some stoppages, and Lachie Neale was just massive around the stoppages and contested possession around the ball. Also, it was just absolutely massive to see. You could tell that the big key contested contests were finally going Brisbane's way throughout this third quarter. So for the fourth quarter, the Giants needed a steadier. They just needed a steadier to calm down and get back on track, which they luckily got through one man. Big Jesse Hogan once again put his authority on this, and as a full forward, snap, kicked truly, and the Giants 26-point up. Back to my Melbourne anecdote. We were done with dinner by now, and we decided as a family to go back to the hotel to where we were staying, and actually watch the final quarter of this game and overall see the ending, this is where the chaos began. Brent Daniel made some crucial mistakes. Gave away 250 metres, which to be honest was so 50-50, but with how like cutthroat finals can be, they are just agonising when they go against you. And then missed from point blank range. And then Brisbane took their opportunities whenever they got them. Kicking crumb goals, Charlie Cameron, and it was getting involved. Lockie Neal was just getting possession, and it just felt like when Brisbane got the ball, the Giants were playing to save the game. They were scared of losing. They were playing the defensive keep-away style. They were trying to hold the lead. In every comeback we've seen this year, the team loses the game when they had a big lead because they tried to protect the lead. You need to do what Collingwood did in last year's grand final. You get a 6-point lead, make it 12, which leads to a steal sideline goal after drawing the go-in goal. And you just need to keep building on that lead, but the Giants wanted to protect it. Brisbane, when they got the ball, all men running. Run, try and score. And they were scoring everything they got to the point where it was a 10-point game. And by then, the tension and anxiety in the Giants players could be seen before Joe Danaher finally took his mark on the game. The man, despite all the criticism we give him, is a bona fide match winner, especially in the finals. And he kicked 2 of the biggest goals of his career to officially give Brisbane their first league, pretty much a big game. Both from the same angle, both snapped well and truly. Brisbane's defense held strong and firm, and Chris Fagan's side gets one of their biggest wins in the Fagan era. Overall, what a win for the Brisbane Lions. It was just something else this game, and one of the best finals games I've ever seen. 44-point comeback, the biggest finals comeback I've ever seen in my lifetime. To not give up, to just keep fighting in, and to just keep battling throughout the whole thing, it's just massive credit to this playing staff, massive credit to the coaching. Just amazing win all throughout, and when things look dire, now there's a new breath into this campaign. New life, new optimism, new everything. If you can come back from that, who knows what is possible next week and potentially in the week after. Brisbane's been in the premiership window all year on the couch graph, and this game proved why they can be a premiership side. And now, coming back from a game like a score like that, after years of finals heartbreak, it just gives them confidence heading into what will be an incredibly hard game against a purring Geelong Football Club. And overall, how far they can go from after this, who knows, but it is massive for their confidence and just so massive for their campaign, and it is truly one of the most famous victories I've seen from them, and I wouldn't be shocked if they go on to the grand final from here after this. Now, heading into the more darker side of things, the GWS Giants. In every comeback, there's a team that, let's just say, chokes a massive lead away, and I'm just going to say it, this was a choke from the GWS Giants. This was a choke in no way or the other. And honestly, I think this is the worst loss in Giants history, easily. A chance to truly define yourself on the Sydney stage. A chance to really set up an incredible future, even though they've already got a really strong one, but just really solidify yourself as a true football team. To finally break over the gap and win your first premiership after years of struggling in the abyss and years of finals heartbreak. This might be the worst finals heartbreak they've ever experienced as a club. Mate, I think this is the worst straight sets exit I've seen in my life. To have a 26-point lead and a 44-point lead in both of your games and blow both of them. This is going to leave mental scars on that playing group. I'm worried about their ability next year to rebound from this early. This is going to leave mental scars in this playing group, and now I think whenever they even look like they're going to give away a string of goals, the doubt of, shit, can we survive this? Can we not stop this comeback attempt? Are we going to blow it again? Is going to come through their heads, and this is going to be a rough off-season for them. They're going to have to live with the title of chokers all off-season, and they're going to have to live with whatever scrutiny that comes from them. They had a golden opportunity, and they blew it. Quite literally. And it might be made even worse if the Sydney Swans go on to win the flag, like I think from here. Because you're truly the little brother team once that happens. And it adds to a finals history that is not desirable. 2016, that infamous prelim final loss, one of the best games I've ever seen. In 2019, getting absolutely mauled in the grand final. And overall in 18, 2021, 2022, making it, but just not making much of a statement on the stage. Like, the Giants only have one grand final appearance in this era, and they lost by 93 points in it. And now it's another finals failure with many. And now I think well and truly there's September demons in this club that need to be exercised in the near future. Big mental struggles for the Giants to have, and they will live all summer regretting so many things, including and especially all these games as they become one of the next top 4 team to get hit with the brutal straight sets exits. I tipped GWS for 5 at the beginning of the year, but right before the finals, I swapped it to Sydney. Saw the belief coming out of that side, and I realised they're the ones to go with. The Giants were a smoke and mirror the whole time, and I was completely correct about that. So yeah, that will do it for this overall review of one of the best finals wins I've seen. Brisbane goes on to play the Geelong Cats in the second Prairie final. The winner into a grand final on a Saturday night that should be one to remember.